What's up, guys? RV Tech Pro. So I went into the ratchet drawer and got out a few things. I'm gonna take a look at these Astro ratchets that I got in the mail the other day. Gonna compare them to the size of some of my other ratchets on the 3/8 and the 1/4 inch side. So let's take a look at what we have here. Camera set up right. Alright, so this is the Astro Nano 1/4 inch, and I was dead on right. I did some research and looked it up, and this is a 72 tooth mechanism on these ratchets, and that's basically what you get with your SnapOn Dual 80s. 72 tooth mechanism. I believe probably the machining, the tolerances, and the amount and type of lubricant that is used in the SnapOn ratchets, they feel much smoother. They're not as rough as the Astro, but hey, this is a $100 plus ratchet, where this is like $20. So I don't expect for a $26 ratchet to be able to have all the same quality as a high-end ratchet. That's why I buy these as well. So you do get what you pay for, but in a tight spot or oily condition, working in a tight spot like that, those 3-bolt starters on some of your Ford F-150s, I think it's called the Triton motors that have that. It's very hard to get to one of those bolts, and this will come in handy in getting that. So let's I'm gonna spread some of this out and just focus on a couple of things. So let's just highlight the tonneau. Very similar, as you can see. Not the same. The shape is different. Something's magnetic in these. This tonneau wants to stick. Something's magnetic in there. It's got magnetized. But these are both quick release ratchets. Tonneau on the right. Got the Astro Nano on the left, and the head sizes are very similar. The shapes are different. Side profile, I believe the tonneau may be a little slimmer. I have calipers. I'm not going to pull them out. I'm eyeballing this. I can pretty much tell that this one's a little slimmer than that one. I'll give them to you side by side. And it could have something to do with the rounded profile. They might be exactly the same. I'll get you this shot right here. Yeah, the Astro is slightly taller, laying down as so. Not a big deal. They're very close. However, this is 3/8 drive in that little tight body, and when I bought the which I thought I was getting a Nano 3/8, it's not the same. I wanted this ratchet here like tonneau, but in this head, and it didn't come like that. So maybe I ordered the wrong thing. I'll go back on and take a look and see if this exists in this body, because you can clearly see that Tonneau and Blackhawk, same one, they were able to do it. They were able to get this 3/8 drive kit into this size body. So I want Astro to do it too. So you gotta step your game up, Astro, on that. If you don't have it, I apologize if you do have it and I just don't know about it, but I'm gonna look for it. But you guys gotta step your game up. I need this 3/8 to get smaller. I need it to get this small. I want you to put it in your put that 3/8 in your Nano and make it work. Make it work. I'm not trying to break 100 foot-pounds with this. You know, Jack comment that, you know, he don't like the, and I understand it, you know, theoretically, and probably had experience. He said he had experience where he sheared off anvil. It was a quick release ratchet. They put the hole through there for the quick release, this big hole. That's true. All that's true. But if I'm using a quick release ratchet, I am not using that as a torque monster. I will get a regular non-quick release ratchet of a high quality to break the torque. After I break the torque and I have to continue working with a lot of those fasteners, I'm going to get the quick release. But when I'm doing oily jobs, guys, that's going to be like transmission pans, oil pans. Those bolts are not torqued down tight at all. The torque specs on those are very low. So when I need to pull for a quick release and for like a valve cover, oil pan, transmission pan, that's not going to be an issue because those fasteners have a low torque spec. So for me, that's a mute issue. I wouldn't grab a quick release unless I'm working on something oily. If I'm working on something dry, I can easily, because I wear gloves when I work in them, it's easy for me to get the sockets on and off when it's not super oily. When it's super oily, it's a low torque application. So here again, right tool for the job. So there's that. Now here's the Mac. Let's add him into the picture now. No, head's not too big. Still edging out the Astro, of course. That's in their quarter body. Edging out the compact head Astro. But this is amazing. This quick release 1/4 inch Astro long handle, that's pretty amazing. Let's take my SnapOn, which is about the closest thing I have in length to that, in a chrome handle. And you can see the head size way different. This is going to come in handy a lot of spots. And like I said, if it did have some torque on it, I pull out the SnapOn, break the torque, and then I'm going with the quick release if it's an oily situation. If it's not an oily situation, I still can use a quick release in a very tight spot because of the head. Because of the compact head, it's going to get me in some really tight spots. But even, like I said, I don't have a problem with the strength factor on the quick release ratchets, even though it is true that they are weaker than, say, this style that doesn't have that, you know. But not a big deal. Not a big deal. Now let's bring in the SnapOn roto head. Still pretty compact, you know. I'll move this guy out of the way because these are 1/4 inch. So getting smaller, smaller, smaller. Now, when I look at, slide the compact 1/4 inch bodies out of the way with the 3/8, and let's just look at, this is a Koken. This very smooth, very low back drag. When I look at my Koken, even though, so my Koken is very close to the size, the actual width of the head, as that compact Astro, and of course this is going to be a much better ratchet all the way around. It just is, guys. So you get what you pay for, and I understand that. This is longer, but the basic head size, you know, they're basically the same. But I like having this long version, like I said, the quick release. I like having the quick release for the oily stuff, and this is good for oily stuff because of the handle. This handle works really well in an oily environment. So if you hadn't jumped on the Koken yet, check out the Koken stuff. Now I hadn't used this this USA 100% made in the USA Mac ratchet yet. This is a 90 tooth count. So here again, the heads of the Astro's edging out the Mac, of course. It's smaller. I can get that in some tighter spots. But when it comes down to SwingArt, this being a 72, just like All of my Snap-ons are 72. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research on that 3/8. That's pretty. That sounds. Or it's probably a 72. I know that the 1/4 inch one is 72. That's probably 72 as well. Sometimes I need that 90 tooth count, so I definitely gotta. So you can see why you end up getting a lot of different ratchets. You know, sometimes it's size, sometimes it's SwingArt. You know, so you need a different tooth count. Sometimes it's features like the quick release features when it's super oily, or you might need a handle, or if you're doing something and you know you're gonna have to you know, put the beans to it, you might want a comfort grip. You know, it's that you can put more pressure on it, or something like we have over here, the hard handles. You know, so you end up buying a lot of different ratchets for different applications when you're working on stuff. And again, professional RV technician. On a professional level, I work on RVs. As a side hobby, I'm not even gonna call it a side hustle, because most of the time I'm doing that pro bono, because I used to be in the automotive technician field, but I have since left that field. But I still do it for friends, family, and for people who are indigent that can't pay. So I still like having a wide variety of tools, okay? So, and when you're doing such a wide range of mechanical things like that, you're definitely going to end up with a wide range of tools. The ratchet, you know, being one of the staples of anyone who's working on anything automotive. You're definitely going to have a good range of ratchets. Can't get around the ratchets and the sockets. Wrenches as well. It's starting to rain out here, so that's the noise that you hear. But yeah, to go back to these Astro ratchets, I have not used them yet. We had a viewer that says he has them and he loves them, and I asked him a question in the comments as far as, you know, how long have you had them, because I'd like to get his input on that. So as I use these, I'll be working on cars on Sundays mainly. That's my down day, and that's when I work on cars. So I'll try to use them as much as I can. I got like some tune-ups. I gotta do a couple other things on a couple other cars, and we'll see how it goes. I'll try to use them as much as I can, give you guys some feedback. But the rain's getting very loud, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video. But that's what I got for you guys today. I hope I covered everything. If not, I can always come back with another video. Just to compare, there's a normal regular Snap-on 3/8 in the mix with the Astro. And I think I'll go ahead and kind of put the Astro 3/8. I'll see if they got the Nano down here, because if I'm trying to put them in the order of head size, I'd say we got Snap-on being the largest out of these, then the Mac, then the Koken, and this is really a toss-up, because like I said, I still think, yeah, the Astro is edging it out. And then the Astro Compact 3/8, it's coming in. So I'm going to see if I can't find, I'm going to do some shopping, see if I can't find Astro Nano 3/8 in this 1/4 body, and we'll come back. Now when it comes to the 3/8 in the 1/4 body, the Tone is still killing it. Tone, Blackhawk, you guys need to make this ratchet with a longer handle. You know, access. I need it for access. I don't need it for leverage. All right. Catch you guys later. RV Tech Pro.